Somebody got their first triple-double today?
We trying to protect
Your potential is through the roof. Your talent is through the roof. And we ain't never going to put no limits on that. Okay, you created for everybody. You created for yourself. You rebounded. You defended. All that is who you are. All that is who you are for us. And all that is what we believe you can be for us night in and night out. And that goes around in this locker room. Okay, we stay connected. We stay believing. We carry this over to Washington. Okay, here we go.
Together on 3, family on 6. 1, 2, 3. Yeah! 5, 6. Yeah!
But I do want to ask you about something that happened just recently, right? Mm-hmm. You were there in the building just yesterday. Was it yesterday?
Yes.
Just yesterday for the Chicago Sky versus the Connecticut Sun.
Yes.
Angel had her first triple-double, right?
Amazing. Mm-hmm.
Amazing performance. Talk to me about that game. What did you see? And what did you see that allowed for Tina Charles to go off in that game? She had 19 points, right? And Marina, they didn't win the game, but they did show up. What did you see on Wild Courtside yesterday?
Well, Marina and Charles, they are the vets of the team, and they constantly, explain that they're the leaders. So they always have to set the tone and, be the ones that come out with the energy, be the ones, that's going to create their own shot, especially when no one else on the team is actually in a rhythm. So that's what they always hold themselves accountable for. From what I've seen from Connecticut standpoint, both teams coming in 2-7, the Sky had more battle. The Sky wanted to win more. The Sky wanted to defend more. The Sky wanted to play together as a team more. And we got outscored 36-2 in bench points. So when you only have really 2 people creating shots for your team, it's going to be an ugly loss. And, hey, bro, but Angel Reese was doing everything she needed to do for her team. I love that she's always her, and I appreciate that she never changes. So please don't ever change that, Angel. And it was good to see Chicago get it together for that game, especially after, all the spiciness that did happen. But it was really good to see Chicago come out with a win and then, it be celebrated, Tina and Angel hugged it out. She got away with a triple-double. Sanaya Rivers walked over to her and they gave each other big hugs. So to see that between the lines of 94 feet that they battle, that's literally what it is. But after, it's all love. So that was a great moment to see.
Yo, I was going to come to it. I had to ask you about it because you were there, right? We see Angel. She did get her hair pulled. We see her going back and forth with Tina Charles. Now, I know how much she loves Tina. Right. I've seen it. Right. I know how much they love each other. But in that moment, they went toe to toe. Did you get a chance to ask Tina anything after the game about it? And were you in the press conference for Angel?
No, I stayed to my beat, regardless of what is the outcome for my squad. I stayed to my team. But I did just speak of, I didn't ask the question, but another media asked the question just about, I asked pre-game coach, how do you coach effort? He laughed and said he's not here to teach that, but something got to give, because from what I see, where I sit, there's effort for 10 minutes and then that's it, especially when they're losing like that, or there's no grit, there's no fight, there's no battle, as he would say. So that's what I asked. And then post game, they asked just about how do you get more production from the rest of your team. And it was more so taking accountability, starting their defensive sets early, just coming out with more aggression, being the team that wants to win, going after the 50-50 balls and, playing hard for the whole 40 minutes.
So look, I love the fact that you said I had to stay on my beat. Now people don't know this, but I know, and right? So Angel was in our building on Friday, right? And it was very tempting to go to their post-game press conference. I really wanted to go to their post-game press conference, but like you said, I got to stay on my beat. So I'm covering the Atlanta Dream, and they're having a post-game press conference simultaneously, so I can't go over and see what's going on with the Chicago Sky after that battle. So proud of you for for resisting the temptation to go. So I do have this question though, right? Like we talk about the Commissioner's Cup going forward. Okay, the Sun won't be, competitive in that. But how do you see that kind of playing out over the next couple of days?
Well, before when, the Commissioner Cup began, I did say that my sleeper team was Atlanta Dream. So right now they sitting at the top in the East, 3-1. Then it's Indiana Fever. They're at 3-1. And then also for the Eastern Conference at 3-1, it is, sorry guys, don't hold me this way. Oh, it is New York Liberty. And then for the Western Conference, it's Minnesota Lynx, Phoenix Mercury, and Golden State Warriors. I would say out of this whole entire Commissioning Cup in-season tournament for the W, it's the Valkyries who have blown me away as where they stand in the Commissioner Cup rankings. Yes, I know it's their own third place, but I'm going to be honest, I didn't even expect them to be here. Like they said, all the new teams that have started in the past 5 years, 10 years, I'm going to say 10, guys, don't hold it against me. They said that it took them a whole entire season just to win 5 games. And the Valkyries already have won 5 games, and we have a whole lot of basketball play. So I'm very, very shocked. I'm very happy because they're playing some good basketball. They are playing with grit. They're playing with fight. And like Femi said, we're a team of all 6 players. So we know what it means to step up. So what is surprising me is the fact that we have New York third, winning this 3-way tie in the East, but also this new team, this to the W in general, is putting up a fight. And I thank you. I commend that.
Look, I love that. So I wanted to talk to you in particular because I'm seeing something. We post videos all the time about what's going on with the Indiana Fever, and their current coach is your old coach, right? And a lot of Fever fans are having trouble with the way Stephanie White is controlling that team. Now, we got a chance to interview her and talk to her. I think she's a brilliant coach. I think she's a phenomenal coach. However, her fan base, they're not happy with what's going on in the pace that she's, going with. Why should Fever fans trust Stephanie White?
We already seen she's a winning coach. She's done it before. We've seen her, win Coach of the Year her first season with the Connecticut Sun. New team, different team. Feel like she went from having a defensive-minded team to now having this offensive killer team with Caitlin Clark, of course, Kelsey Mitchell, Lexi Hall can knock it down. You have a Leah Boston who does work in the paint. She also can shoot a jumper as well, and she's working on that 3-ball. You also have Natasha Howard, who is crazy in the paint. That's the old Flash. She's been there before as well. She brought in DeWanna Bonner to come off the bench. Excuse me. Not only do you have a veteran, but you also have a champion veteran that's on your bench. So yes, it's the beginning, but at the same time, you had to let Caitlin, and I know it's about, she's resting. So what? Players get injured. They are athletes. They are going to get injured. She healed. She took the time that she needed, and she came out and she went crazy. She had 9 points in 38 seconds. So the rest was good. She demanded the ball. She knew what she wanted to do the moment the game started. And it was very good just to see her laughing, going back and forth with Stewie, enjoying basketball. So I get it, fans, but these fans don't truly know. They just want to see Caitlin win. They want to see Caitlin play. I get it. She brings the eyes. Her talent is crazy. The way she shoots the rock is insane. Some of her passes is like, oh my God. But at the same time, she is an athlete and she's a human, and we don't want to have her get hurt. So at the same time, we just want to make sure, like as a coach, that's what you do. You got to make those tough decisions. She stood on 10 toes, kept her out until she was ready. Time to move on. They won when she got back. They'll be fine.
Yo, this is my last question. So people are like, where everybody went, right? They see the 4 awesome people, and then they're like, hey, who's this other guy? Anyway, I have one last question for you. And I want to just know this about the Atlanta Dream, right? We see kind of what they're doing and the way they're looking right now. Last game, you saw a career high for Alicia Gray, right? Mm-hmm. 32 points for Alicia. She went off. The game before that, which, we mentioned this guy, we're in the building, Ryan Howard, 36
right
points.
Time.
Yeah.
9 threes. Mm-hmm.
Crazy work, right? In the game before that, you see a lot of combination of Brianna Jones. Like, this team looks really great. They look like, for instance, even when they take off Brittany Griner, they take off Bree, they bring on Naz Hillman and Nia Coffey, and they're able to keep that thing going.
Yeah.
What do you think about this team? Do they really have a shot at beating the New York Liberty?
I had this conversation earlier with Will in the car. And they have a shot because I will continue to have Atlanta Dream as my sleeper team. But for me, I just want to see when, Alicia is getting 2 or 3 of defenders that her momentum and her rhythm doesn't change. Because I feel like she easily gets off her rhythm, and then it goes from having a great game to having a subpar game. And Alicia Gray is a monster. And, having Pow over there, that South Carolina connection also. But that's what I want to see. Like, and they have the players this year. So I feel as though that's good, especially in the paint with Brianna Jones, Brittany Griner. You have Naz Hillman, who I feel like has been, ever since she came into the league, every year she's gotten better. And it's amazing to see her grow. And not only does she drive to the basket well, she also can shoot the ball very well. So I think they have many options, but I want them when they're, stars like Rise not having a good game, or even when Alicia Gray's not having a good game, are they going to get, continue and get those dubs? Are they going to get them when Jordan Canada is still working her way back into the lineup, just like when they was in Connecticut? I feel as though Jordan maybe should have never played, because I don't think she was. I know of course you want to get there and get your feet wet. And I've never been an athlete, so I really don't know how that feels. But even though Brittany Griner was still going in, Marina had a crazy game, I get it. But that day, the defense was switched up on Alicia, and I just think she was knocked off. So that's why I come to say this, is because I had no expectation of Connecticut winning that game. So just to see that unfold in front of my own eyes, I would think that would be my assessment for the team. But yeah, they continue to be playing the way they play, where everyone is contributing and playing their role to part. Atlanta Dream is a scary team.
Yo, I didn't have any thought that y'all would win that game either. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was gonna talk trash to you earlier that day, but I decided not to, and I'm glad I did, because y'all beat us. Anyway, yo, follow Sports Talk with C on TikTok. She's dropping stuff all the time. She's in the building, and while she's in the building, she's now dropping those pregame warm-up videos. I love those. Keep dropping those. And she's dropping her post-game press conferences. You can follow MTMV Sports. We're dropping a lot of stuff today. Honestly, today we dropped a video of Brittany Griner. The video went crazy. I think 130-something thousand views. I'm answering comments all day long. Follow the team. We're doing our absolute best to bring y'all the best sports content possible. Thank you, C, for your time. I appreciate you.
Always.
Yo, for sure. And now back to the awesome people.
I will address this, Asia.
It's not just about the love of the game. It's about dedication and commitment through the process, and the patience to endure. There's joy in reaching your goals, and peace in knowing you've done all you're supposed to do. Ozell brand. It's not just a brand, it's a lifestyle.